Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Keystone Passport 239 ML travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around this, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning on your campsite. No slide to worry about. What I want you to think about on your off campsite is where your power and connection and water connections are going to be. Your power plug is going to come out just above your tire, and then your water connection is going to be toward the front. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. The unit comes with a hand crank. The right will bring it up, to the left will bring it down. Once you got this level, and you do have a unit where the door is about the middle of the unit, so you go ahead and put a level in there. Once you got it level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit got these scissor stabilizing jacks. I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect the feet of these stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop, keep them from sinking into the hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment. Just grab a 4-pack of those. You got a 10% off coupon to use with your purchase. Put them down and run these down just until they're taut. Once you've got any type of resistance on this hand crank, stop. Remember, our unit's already level. We don't want to change that. Get all four of them down. We can hook up our power and water. Again, your power cord actually stores inside here. It'll pull out from in there. Big long 30 amp cord. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need to plug into a 110 at a campsite, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Alright, our water connections are up here. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites nowadays, so go ahead and use this at wherever you go. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Let's go find your hot water heater. We'll go over here on your campsite. On the rear. Now all we're doing at this point, making sure our drain plug's back in there. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there nice and tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after the hose has been on for a few minutes, we're going to go inside. We're going to open up all of our water taps. Get all the kitchen sink taps opened up, showers, bathroom sinks. Go ahead and open them up, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, and then shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say you're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here, just to the left of your city water. Simply gravity fill that with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right there. Or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that fresh water. Once it's full, go ahead and remove that hose. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Do not turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, y'all, set the camp on power and water. Let me continue walking around the unit. On this off camp side, we've got our big pass-through storage area. Again, our water connections. Underneath there, that is going to be your freshwater drain. Where up ahead, just in front of your tires, is going to be your other low point drains. Got an outdoor hot and cold shower. This is an access panel to the back of your fridge. This is a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, steer clear of that when you run it. It does get hot. Two, make sure it's never blocked. And they do make bug guards for those as well. Up here is where your power goes in. Inside this box here is where you hook up your cable or satellite. It shows your antenna there. There's a little area here you can swing over to run your cable down through there. So you can close this box up. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks down here leaving the campsite. Spare tire cover, keep that on there as much as possible. Keeps that from dry rotting on you. Again, our hot water heater. Your awning does have a pitch adjust. Simply just pull down on this. If you get a little bit of rain, You want it to run down to this end, that's fine. Awnings are not made to be stayed out in rainstorms or high winds. They're mainly for shade. Up underneath our outdoor kitchen is your quick connect LP, which bring this whole thing out and lock them in here. You got a quick connect water connection here, and over here your griddle. Got our outdoor fridge controls over there. There is a safety strap that you can strap that in to keep that from moving around on you going down the road. A couple of 110s over here. Your outdoor speakers for your stereo system. And our hitch work over here on the other pass-through storage area. Up front is your propane, lefty-loosey to open. Just point this toward the tank you wish to be using. It does have an automatic switch over if you put it in the middle. I prefer going one tank at a time. It's just what I like. Got another docking light up here. Down below that, you're prepped for solar. That's where you can plug in a solar panel and that'll trickle charge your batteries. So it covers everything out here. Let's take a look on the inside. Notice your door actually does lock at 90 degrees, but be careful bringing this awning in. I'd pull this up a little bit that way, or close it. We're not careful that won't hit. Coming up in your unit, first thing I like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Alright, coming up underneath the cabinet here is going to be all of your lighting in here. Indoor, outdoor, and accent lighting. And here's our awning control. On your awning, pointing toward is out, pointing toward is out, pointing back in. We'll bring it in. You only want to run that awning out until you can see that flap and your bar. If you hold that down and run itself out, it will continue to run itself out and run itself up backwards. We'll go ahead and run that awning in with that door open and show you that it actually does not hit. Just a safety concern of my own. But yeah, LED lighting out here. Just when you run that awning out, keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't run it out farther than you need to. Got that in. I'll let you know the slam locks work best when gently slammed. Alright, coming up into the unit. I'll start up here. Got a couple of charging ports. Our stereo. This is Bluetooth, AM, FM. There's our indoor speakers. Outdoor should be on as well. There they go. So, once you turn it on up here, if you click through up here, it will take you to aux, Bluetooth, and FM. Shut your speakers on off in here. Shut them both off. Hold this in to shut the unit off. Alright, our table will lift up, legs remove, put your wooden table on this wooden lip, put your flat cushions on top, gives you another sleeping quarters. TV, I'm going to find a remote and crank that up for you. First thing first, I'm going to crank up the heat in here. Let's see it. Put it all the way up. There's your furnace. Now you notice when I shut your furnace fan off, it will take a few minutes for that fan to shut off. Now, I'm going to switch it to air. Turn that all the way down. Over here is where we turn our air on. Quick dumps on these. You can open these up, it'll blast air in here, or close it for more air going through your central AC. Same thing there. Our bunks have individual lighting. Charging ports of 110s back there. You do have storage under your bunk. In the hallway here, here's your breaker box and fuses. Got a handful of 15s, a 40, Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. In our bathroom, a couple things to mention in here. You've got a hand crank open exhaust vent. Your lighting's here. 110 with GFCI reset. Plumbing, kitchen and bathroom. Maintain your plumbing, your bounce. If you travel a lot with your trailer, you're bouncing this down the road a lot, things get wiggled around. Just check them every now and then for any type of moisture. Make sure nothing's leaking on you. Coming into the hallway here, we did the junction box. Up here we got our fridge. Turn it on to auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. I can switch that to just gas, and if that light comes on, check your gas. Self-explanatory microwave. A light and fan over this cooktop. Simply turn that to the flame, hit your spark, and that's how those all start. Same thing, and I won't do it, on your oven. Turn it to that flame, hit the spark here, that will light your pilot light. Look in there, see that it's lit, and then just turn this to the desired temperature. Sink cover, cutting board, one-touch lighting here. Up on the wall, one of our control panels. Here's where you see your brand new battery. Your fresh black and gray tanks. That fresh tank is the one I said to keep an eye on when you're filling your fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water pump to utilize that fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water heater if you hook to gas. Your water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Over here on the wall is your carbon monoxide alarm. Down here next to your stove is your propane detector. Go ahead and turn your sofa into a bed here. Hoping this will show you up high enough. So we unhook these. Jackknife our bed down. And then just fold this down. Just that quickly, you've got a bed. There's the lock for putting them up. There's one for each side. And again, this just jackknifes up. Did want to show you a little bit of storage underneath there. There it goes. Couple 110s and charging ports there. Emergency exit window. Just grab this to rip the screen out. Push that to get the glass out. Alright, that about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up as soon as I show you your TV working. Alright, took your TV safety strap off. Show you that it is on a swivel. Everything plugs in the cable back there. Your remote is in your bag. Customer was kind enough to supply you with their bag that they originally got from Keystone. There's your TV working. Go into your menu. Go into the home mode. Run a digital channel scan with your antenna to pick up all the local channels wherever you're going to be at. Alright, now we're getting ready to leave the campsite. I'm going to snap this back on. I got two hands available. I like to come to my control panel for my main lights to shut everything off. Then I can see all the other lights that need to be shut off individually. Walk through the unit. Shut everything off. Now come back to your control panel and just turn on your main interior lights. Now I say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. All your vents are closed. All of your belongings are battened down. Shut off your lights and exit the unit. Steps fold in pretty simply. 2 folds, 1, second one in, watch your fingers. Before you leave the dump station, I say that because you're going to go inside and check your levels of your tanks. When you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt your door. Alright, if we are out dry camping, boondocking we like to call it, we're going to come over underneath our freshwater tank and dump that freshwater tank. Bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, right behind your tires. Got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Park accordingly so you can utilize that. Hook that up, and as you see, the black tank is going to be the handle on your right. Pull that handle. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside and look at the level of the tank. Shows empty or pretty close to it. Come back out here, grab the hose at the dump station, hook it up to this black tank flush, emphasizing leave that black handle open and turn that on for a good 5 minutes. I'm going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove your hose, make sure all that washout you put in there has drained, close that black handle and pull the gray. While my grays are going, I'll get up underneath here and dump my low point drains. And if we're done camping for a while, come around here, lift up on this pressure release valve. Be careful, it's going to dump hot water out of there. Push that back down, and then you can pull this drain plug for your residual hot water. You don't want to leave stagnant water in there. When we're done, close that gray, which is going to be cleaner water. That'll clean your sewage out a little bit for you. Bring that around the rear here. And they've got a spot for what we like to refer to as your stinky slinky. And store it. Have to get the right angle here. Store it in there and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Passport for many years to come. Happy camping.